Buffalo Bayou Park is really an unbelievable green space. It consists of hike and bike trails, we have 2 visitor centers, we have public art, and now we're turning our sights east of downtown.
This project is called Encounter Meeting Points in the Buffalo Bayou, and it's essentially 6 site installations. Each student team had to research the history of that site and try to develop an installation that would create an engagement that was very specific to that location.
The Encounter project is a collaboration between the University of Houston Graphic Design program and the Creative Writing program. First, we have to think of what we could create that could live in the environment that would engage people. Allen's Landing is referred to as the original port of Houston. So we have 6 different graphic cubes. So on these cubes, there's text heavy, but it gives visitors an opportunity to reflect, to investigate these sites, and to understand their significance within the community.
We wanted to highlight the narratives that Buffalo Bayou has, its community, its ecology, and its history. With the gravel silos site, they stored concrete, shells, gravel, and sand.
The student team there actually assembled used or reused oil barrels, and they recreated, to some extent, some silos. And there's also, again, public engagement. At Jaffet Creek, it had some features already there, so the students used that shipping container to put graphics and kind of enliven that space, but they also added tables for that idea of conversation, and people got to write what they thought should happen as they worked on the future plans on these pieces of neon construction tape, and these were tied to the trestle. There's also the Yolanda Black Navarro Buffalo Bend Park. They put a series of frames throughout the park and asked the number of questions so that when the visitor came to the site, they could sort of look through this and maybe notice a detail or a moment or experience that they might not have thought about before. The North York Boat Launch, they put crossing horizons and setting courses, so it kind of really has you looking at that bayou and thinking about its future opportunities. One of the really interesting parts about this project is that it moves beyond what we typically think about as graphic design. But is one of those really kind of growing areas in design, which is placemaking and experiential graphic design. They met with the public to try to get some ideas going on, the students interviewed, all in an effort to really develop something that made sense and could engage the public in an interesting way.